it's Stacy at JunkyCat Junction, and this will be the second video that I post today, because in the first video I showed where I purchased some covered buttons or a button covering kit from Hobby Lobby, and because Shawn at Recycled Messages, because her tutorial for Give a Scrap was so good, and I have struggled with covered buttons in the past, I wanted to give it another try and see if I can learn to love covering buttons the way Shawn appears to love covering buttons. So I have my little button here. It is 1 1/8, I believe, is the diameter of it. And I've already cut a template. I cut this at 2 inches. We're going to try it. I may need to cut a slightly bigger one. And let me get a pen so I can trace the template onto the fabric. So the idea is to use this fabric in what will be a tassel on the Silly Goose journal that I'm making. So let me go ahead and trace the fabric, and we will see how we get along. Let me see, make sure this pen works. There we go. Okay. So we're just going to trace the fabric. And Shawn said it's best to cut on the outside of the fabric. So since I may have cut this a little shy, I think I will give myself plenty of allowance on the outside. And we'll just cut around. Oh, probably not in frame. Like Shawn said, I don't think the cutting of the circle has to be perfect. Oh, by the way, if you are new here to my channel, thank you so much for stopping by. And if you have been here before, I appreciate you coming back for more of these shenanigans. Yeah, I went thrifting, and I did find some more vintagey button, or, you know, a button cover kit that was more vintagey. And I wasn't really looking for it, but it jumped out at me, and I remembered, of course, Shawn's tutorial, so I had to buy them. And, but then when I went to Hobby Lobby later, I found these, you know, nice brand new kits. So I thought I would start with the nice brand new one instead of the vintage one. So evidently you cut your circle, then you center the fabric circle over the mold, which is this piece. So I'm going to do that, and actually let me do it this way first, just to kind of get a visual, and then I will flip it over. Okay, so that's that part, and then you hold your fabric firmly while you push your button shell into the mold, I guess, like so, and then tuck the excess fabric into the shell. Oh, maybe I cut too much fabric. We shall see. And then you put this down, and then get in there, get in there. All right, let's see if this will work. Then you put that in there, and then you take the pusher and you put it here, and then you smush, I guess. Did it work? Is that it? Oh, Oh, and then you pop it out. Oh my gosh, did it work? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Look at that. That is adorable. I love it. Oh, Shawn. You may have created a monster here. I really want to try an embroidered, maybe I'll just cut that out and I'll put it on here, rather than trying to cut it out using the template and all, you know, trying to make another button. Well, why would I make another button out of it? I kind of just want to glue this on top of this, and that's probably what I'll do. Well, let's just see. Let's maybe make one more. Let me find a fabric scrap, which won't be hard. I kind of like this one. Oh, no. I know which one. I know which one I want to use. Sorry if you can barely hear me. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Sorry about that. Let's try a smaller one. Sorry, I know you're not seeing anything. But let's try a smaller one out of one of these strips because I have used that fabric elsewhere in the journal. So, oh my gosh, that is, excuse me, adorable. Okay, let's see. My other ones are 7/8 of an inch, which is almost an inch. I don't think, where'd my template go now? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I've misplaced everything. Where is my template? Oh, there it is. Well, this is almost exactly 2 inches. Oh, well. I don't want another big one. Let's try one of these smaller ones that I got at the thrift store. Okay, so we have a shell, a back, we have the pusher, and the mold. All right, let's try this. Okay, what size are these? These are 5/8 of an inch. So 5/8 and 5/8 is 10/16, right? Or is it? Oh, I can't do that math. Okay. I am going to try, I think I have a punch that's slightly bigger than this. Yeah, I'm going to do this one. All right, so let me punch another template. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. All right, here we go. And we will, I think I'll put it down here so I have the least amount of waste possible. Okay, draw around. Sorry, I know I'm not really in frame or I'm covering up the camera, but all right, let's cut this one out. These are not fabric scissors. I should have grabbed my fabric scissors, but in my haste to record this video and show Shawn that I tried her covered buttons, I'm just using the ones that were on my desk. So, and they actually were fabric scissors when they were purchased, but I have broken the cardinal rule of fabric scissors and I started using them for paper, so now they are just small paper scissors. But I do have a set of fabric scissors that I only use for fabric. They were my mother's, and she would not be happy with me if she knew I was using her fabric scissors on paper, so we're just not going to do that. Okay. What's the first part? The mold goes first, then the fabric, and And we'll do the same thing. We'll kind of center it and then flip it over. This might be way too much fabric, but we will see. And then you take the shell and push it down in there. I think I'm going to use this. Okay. Oh, that is way too much fabric. I can tell. I don't think there's any way to trim it. Okay. I can take it out though. Let's make it smaller. Let me get my fabric scissors. Where are they? When I cleaned up the other day, I just kind of tossed all my scissors in my drawer. So I was trying to find some smaller ones, but all right, we're going to go around the inside this time, so we don't have quite as much fabric. Hopefully that will work. This is a total case in point of having the right tools makes all the difference, because the one and only, well, it wasn't one time that I tried, but the one occasion, I tried it numerous times, but the one occasion where I tried to cover buttons in the past, I didn't have the, the mold and the pusher tool thingy. So it was me fiddling around with trying to wrap the fabric around the edges of the button, and that was really annoying and not fun. It was just way too fiddly. So I'm going to use the, oh, that didn't work. Come on. What am I doing wrong? Am I doing something wrong this time? Maybe should I be using this? Maybe I should be using this. Okay. Come on. I think it's down in there. Okay, and then fold this stuff around. That's still way too much fabric probably, but we'll try it. We'll try it. And if it doesn't work, I don't know. I don't know what we'll do. But it did seat. Eee! It worked again. Ooh. Okay. Okay. I'm converted. I am converted. This is too much fun and too cute. And I am going to cut this little embroidered flower out. I wish I could do this without messing up the fabric, but I'm just going to cut it out. I'm going to cut it out and I'm going to glue it to that button. And hopefully it will be super cute. And once I audition it, I should know. If it's not going to look good, then I just have a cute little embroidered flower to use for some other project. Who doesn't need an embroidered flower? So one of our mama cats had a kitten, and she appears to have, yeah, I don't love that. I don't love it. There's not enough of the gingham showing. Okay, well, it was worth a try. I might try to find something else to put on that button. But anyway, what I was saying was one of our mama kittens had a kitten, and she's been taking really good care of it, and it wandered out of the house, not our house, it wandered out of the cat house that she stays in. And, you know, it was really cute, and we picked it up and we were loving on it and stuff. And didn't seem to bother it at all and didn't seem to bother the mom. But now it seems like the mom has disappeared, or at least if she hasn't disappeared, she doesn't appear to be taking care of it anymore. And that is very distressing. That's really ugly. Yeah, so I'm hoping that she decides, just kidding, and she, you know, she hasn't disappeared. She still comes and she eats and does all that, but she has not re-engaged with the kitten. And yeah, I don't know what to do about that. I certainly do not have time to, you know, mother a kitten. That's cute, but not what I want to do. But anyway, so yeah, that's the drama that's going on in our house lately, or just actually for the last day. Kind of noticed her not hanging around yesterday, and okay, that's cute. I could get behind that. Let's glue that down. Oh, do I have like a little piece of pink lace? I do. This is not the right guy. It's kind of a lavender pink. I need more of a peachy pink. Let's see what I have in my little scraps. Okay, I don't think I have anything in here. But I have another scrap container. Whoops. This cute little reproduction J&P Coats thread tin. And I just store, you know, little bits and pieces in here, and I can usually find something that will work, but I don't know if that will be the case today. Yeah, I usually have a little piece of applique or something I can put on as an embellishment, but I'm not really, nothing is jumping out at me. This is kind of a peachy, but it's not really peach. Like, this isn't peach. It's definitely more of a mauvey pink. So I am going to pause the video, and if I find something, I will come back and I will show it. One sec. Okay, I'm back. I did kind of find a mauvey pink. This does not really show up on camera, but I also didn't like that. So I'm just going to glue this little flower down and call her a day. And then I will have successfully completed making a fabric covered, two fabric covered buttons. Shawn, I hope you're proud of me. For not giving up. There, I think that'll work. That'll work, especially for a dangle I haven't made yet. Okay, cool. Well, thank you for joining me on this little button covering adventure. Thank you, Shawn, for the inspiration. I am so glad I gave it another try. Again, having the right tools makes all the difference. And I will be making some more covered buttons. I feel that in my bones. So, again, thanks for joining me. I'll zoom out a little bit. Thanks for joining me. And I will see you on the next video. Bye.